Hi, Dr. Pelto here. I had a question from a patient. They asked actually, how in the world did you fix a flat foot or a fallen arch? There's a couple of words we want to talk about here. So a flat foot is called pes planus, and a fallen arch. Now, this doesn't really do it justice of what a fallen arch, but what they're trying to show you in this picture is you can see this kind of this arch that's higher up here, and see this little gap right under here, this normal arch. And then what it's trying to show you is a flat or a fallen arch. We don't talk too much within podiatry about fallen arches. We do talk about pronation, and we do talk about the height of the arch. And there's a lot of questions, especially coming from parents, like, can my kid get an arch again? So let's first talk about this. So if you have a fallen arch, or if you have a flat foot, and it's been that way for a long time, it's hard to build it back up again. There are some exercises called short foot exercises, where it kind of like when you take a towel and try to rip it up with your toes, or take marbles and put them in a bucket and like move them from one bucket to another bucket. Those are ways of strengthening what we call the intrinsic muscles in the foot. And sometimes people say that can help build an arch. I find it really hard to build an arch. I know you're going to read online, there's going to be many posts saying you can build up your arch. What you can do is build up the intrinsic, which are the muscles that are inside of your foot, and that can help you with the arch. If you have a pronated foot or a flattened foot, it's usually because a tendon that comes down here called the posterior tibial tendon isn't working as well, or you have an architecture, a foot architecture, where there is collapsing. I'm going to be showing a little bit in some of these future videos about what a flat foot looks at an x-ray. But to help with a fallen arch or pes planus, what we normally start with are, first of all, good shoes. Okay, so good shoes are number one, shoes with a nice arch support. Some of my favorites are like UFOs, or a New Balance, or Asics, or Saucony, something that has a really good arch support. They do marketing, so you could buy a shoe that has anti-pronation. That would be a shoe that has a really nice arch in it that doesn't allow you to pronate. I always start with a good shoe. If you want to do a sandal, there's an UFO sandal, OOFOS, which is a very good sandal as well. I'm going to put a little link here if you guys want my shoe buying guide. Inside of my shoe buying guide, it has everything that I'm talking about, all my shoe recommendations and things like that. Now, shoes start, that's how you start. And then after that, then you could go to an orthotic, which is an insert. And there are many different questions about over-the-counter ones versus custom ones. That's kind of a discussion for another day, but try to over-the-counter one first. If that's not enough, then do a custom one. Now, will any of these give you your arch back? No, I want to be clear about that. They're not going to give you your arch back. What they're going to do is they're going to prevent the problems that happen with a very flat foot, specifically strain to the tendons and strain to the joints from overwork. Okay. I do have a couple of other videos that talk about flat feet. And there was a webinar we did recently all about flat feet. Then I'm going to put some links to that here if you want to learn more. Okay. If you guys found this beneficial, please subscribe to this channel. And I would love it if you put any questions right underneath here in this video, and I will get to them when I get a chance. Okay, you can just put your comments, and I try to respond to everyone. Might not be really quick, but I'll get around to it. If you guys also need a podiatrist and you're in Massachusetts, you can certainly come and look us up. You can get information at drpelto.com. Okay, thanks guys. Appreciate you watching.